Hello, my friends. How are you today? It is Tuesday, March 19th. I'm Aaron Michael Eschenberg, and this is your daily horoscope. So what is going on today? The moon will be in Virgo all day long, preparing us for that big full moon tomorrow night. All right? So moon is in Virgo. Virgo is the healer. Virgo is the natural hospitality caretakers of the world. How can I assist? Virgo, the virgin. Virgin doesn't mean to not, what we commonly think it means today. It means to not be owned by someone. A virgin is not owned property and has the decision to say yes to something or no to something. It's very specific. Now, the ruling planet of Virgo is Mercury. All right, so moon's in Virgo over here. Mercury is in opposition over here in Pisces. And Neptune is also in an opposition in Pisces over here, right? And then tomorrow it's going to move later on and it's going to oppose the moon. It's going to oppose the sun. And we get ready for that full moon, right? So we have two ruling signs for our personal planets. Mercury rules Gemini and Virgo. Gemini and Virgo, backward for you. So Gemini and Virgo, okay? So in Gemini, we like to look at it as all of the information, right? This is the two heads, Hermes, it's hermaphroditic, it's the two sides to every coin, two sides to everything. It's the contrast of all of this over here and all of this over here. So it's like AM radio. We look at it as, kind of the static, the noise, you're going to hear everything. Now, over there in Virgo is very specific, okay? So we're talking about an air sign to an earth sign. This earth sign says I'm a very specific thing. I'm a strawberry, I'm a blueberry, or I'm a tomato. I'm not just any fruit, I'm a zucchini, or I'm not just any flower, I'm an orchid, or I'm not just any orchid, I'm this ghost orchid, whatever, So it's very, very specific things. So Gemini is this all-encompassing. Here's all of the things. Here's all the information. What is it? I got you some flowers. Well, what kind of flowers? Well, specifically, some lilies, yellow lilies, right? So very specific. The point of this is, as we're opposing Neptune, as the moon is opposing Neptune, and we're still in this favorable aspect. Neptune is in a very favorable aspect. We've been talking about this for weeks now, all right? This creation station manifestation. Neptune in its home watery sign of Pisces, this dream bigger, imagine more. No one can limit your thoughts. No one. I can tell you all this fun stuff, but no one can think your thoughts for you. No one can limit your dreams, right? So this is Neptune, the expansive sign of Pisces, making a connection to Saturn in Capricorn. All right, want to make things very real. Let's make this very real. And making a connection over there to Mars that's slowly moving through Taurus. Mars is a slow-moving planet. It takes about 2 months for that to move through a sign. It takes, about 2 years to go around the sun. So we're in this amazing creation station mode, and with the moon in Virgo, very specific, very, very specific ideas, very specific concepts, very specific things that we're focusing on, that we're putting our attention on. As its ruling planet, again, Mercury is in opposition. But technically, it's its weakest point. It's one of Mercury's weakest points in Pisces. Why? Because there's so much. Pisces is this giant void of space. And Mercury is the messenger of God, right? The messenger. I have all these messages for you. Personally, I found a lot of clarity in this particular Mercury retrograde, and I know many others have. But what that means is still there's things and messages coming through from this void, from this, the infinite, from source, whatever it is, a lot of clarity coming in. And now it's time to focus this like a laser beam, right? In what ways, can I take that fire energy we talked about yesterday, that Leo fire energy, and make this, a very specific way of helping others, a very specific way of dialing in, the channel of my life. I love Abraham Hicks, law of attraction speaker. And, it's just here in Detroit, Michigan area, 104.3 is the oldies, and I don't know what 89X, it would be new age, right? Or whatever. So it's if you want to hear the new age music, you can't be dialed into the oldies. Beautiful songs, great songs, got us where we are today. But if we want to really be tuned into this music over here, we have to change the station. We have to dial this in. We have to change our perspective. We have to dial our mindset into this new thing, this very specific thing, you know. And with Mercury, in this is the one aspect of Mercury in the water sign of Pisces, it can be wishy-washy. You can be like, well, there is this, and then there's also this. And I've had some great clarity coming through. So there's this option, and then today and tomorrow, it's just like, yeah, let's focus this even finer, even tighter, even more specific. As well, I will say, Virgo also has to do with addiction, all right? And that Pisces to Virgo, and this is something I've also talked about before, you know, Neptune and Pisces, we're seeing like two major sides of things. One is like a rise of opioid epidemic, okay? There's a serious distraction of pulling away and escaping reality, escaping this reality. You know, it's taking the opioids, it's taking the pills, whatever, and it's getting warm and nodding out. The other hand, we have this rise of shamans, this rise of healers, this rise of, you know, these ayahuasca ceremonies, things like this. Even Colorado's looking at, you know, magic mushrooms, medicinal mushrooms, and decriminalizing this, not necessarily pushing it and promoting it like you're going to see buy some mushrooms and, you know, at every CVS or gas station, but they're understanding there's healing, mega healing, psychological and deep-rooted trauma can be healed from these medicines. So we have medicine on one end that's taking us out of reality and distancing us even further from connecting with others. And that's not where, you know, Venus is in Aquarius right now. She wants to connect. She's the community driven. You know, and the moon wants us to be specific and focus in on what it is in life that we can, you know, help others at. And so again, this other rise over here of the shamans, of this medicinal stuff, is people wanting to be in tune with reality. And then the sustainability, coming in full circle of something that we also talked about this week, sustainability is, it's not sustainable to do this every day. It's not sustainable to do either of these every day. But one is taking us out of this moment and bringing us to a lesser degree of what reality is. The other is bringing us so more focused into reality, into who we are as individuals. Further, not sustainable to do either of these every day. This is part of the moon in Virgo saying like, okay, what can I do every day? What is sustainable every day? You know, doing like breath work, doing yoga, doing meditation, healthy eating, things like this. It's reprogramming and reshifting our life. Now, as well as that, right, more earth sign, a lot of earth stuff going on today. So for the next 2 days, huge. Mars is going to be at 22 degrees Taurus. So right over here, boop, boop. And then 22 degrees Capricorn, 2 earth signs, ding, 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 ding. They're making a connection, and that's going to happen for 2 days. Mars is a slow-moving planet. Pluto's the slowest moving planet. And then, of course, tomorrow, we'll talk about it then, the moon is going to meet up and create this mega trine, okay, before the big full moon. So 22 degrees, you know, it's like, it's having this like spiritual epiphanies in the moments of crisis. Okay, and it's again changing and reforming traditional views on things, and being able to shift our perspective to see something. Again, like St. Patrick's Day, I'm going to bring that analogy back up. Like what it was originally, the feast that it was originally created for, is not the same tradition that we carry today, but yet it's still celebrated today, or yesterday. You know what I mean? Or Tuesday. What day is it? It's Tuesday. So changing our traditions and understanding, you know, this that moment of clarity, you know, at the very bottom of the well, we can finally see the top when we've hit the bottom kind of idea. So it's like this dove flying over the water and being free that, hey, I've just had this awakening, I see what's going on, and I know where I'm going, you know. Very precise, very focused laser beam action. Focus on your target. Great day. Excited for the full moon tomorrow. It's going to be a good one. We'll talk to you then.